First ever points night. This is a Truck Series Daytona New Beginnings 125 at Daytona. Robbie, if you could tell Billy to start the timer, please. I'm in the lobby right now, just getting a quick rundown to make sure that you guys can see how everyone's going to start. So you see myself, K-Taddy, sitting in P2 right now. I will not be starting there. I'll be backing out, so everyone behind me will move up a spot. But this is how they're going to start. Billy Holcomb, Flash 9, JCR McLovin, NASCAR Extreme, RJ Smitty, Dark Knight, War, Delgatro, Trinity Beast Mode, Rubbin'em, Wide Open Racing, RKM, Coach Matt, Robbie, AJ Storm, Broom, Brennan, Deadpool. That is your starting order here for the inaugural Daytona 125, the New Beginnings 125, presented by Sim Racing League, as well as sponsored by Rich Mar Floors. They actually decided to hop on board with us. Give them a big shout. Don't forget to go check out their Twitter at Rich Mar Florist. Man, looking for an excited race tonight. Here in the booth with me, I have one of the drivers. Robbie Racing will be in the booth with me, so we can get a good, accurate lap count and stuff like that. Say hi, Robbie.
Hi, Robbie.
Dang it. I should have known better.
Hey, guys. Thanks for tuning in. For those that are not watching it live and tune in after, we are hoping for it to be a absolute phenomenal race. We've got some great drivers.
Can I join?
We've been really... Yeah, you can join. We've been really...
Blue screen and hold on. They can't hear you while I'm blue screened. Alright, you're good. Go ahead.
We've been really pushing the artwork side of things and the advertising as well. This is a new league. You know, we're looking to make a statement, and yeah, Richmar Florist jumping on board, which is absolute great news, and can't thank them enough for doing that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. Richmar Florist, anybody that knows, here on NASCAR Heat 5, they sponsor the 20 truck, which is the one that Robbie Racing will be driving, as well as they sponsor the number 53 Cup car. Again, that's for the 2020 season, as we're getting ready to enter the 2021 NASCAR series. So I'm not sure which cars they'll be on board with, but definitely interested to see how that goes. And big shout out to Richmar Florist. That's huge for us having a first season here at the Sim Racing League and already having a sponsor. All right, so as you see, we're going green. Lap 1 of the Sim Racing League. Period. Billy Holcomb leads him down in that 51 truck Flash 9. You may have recognized as he finished outside pole, or finished second at the duels last week, as he's going to be sitting outside in that 13-23. That's JCR McLovin. RJ Smitty in the 24. Now NASCAR Extreme YT in that 74 unsponsored black Chevrolet. Maybe I shouldn't have said Chevy. I'm not sure if that is a Chevy. They all seeming to fall in line here at Daytona. Everybody knows you want to be single filed. Single file is going the fastest around the track. It's really hard to make that run on the outside unless you have a little bit of help. Also, in case you guys don't know, I'm sure you do, but going below that dot, that double yellow line at the bottom is illegal. You cannot go down there to make an advance. Now, you can avoid a wreck, or you can, if you get a run off and you're a little loose, you can go down there and save your truck. As long as you don't advance position by doing that, it's completely fine. If you find yourself making a pass, you just simply let off the throttle, let these guys get back around you, fall back in line. Everything's no harm, no foul if that's the scenario. Not sure what happened here, but we have a second group going to try to ride along. Delgatro seems to have lost the draft in that 21. Rubbin'em, Deadpool, looks like Robbie Racing back here, RKM. Those guys are in a second pack again. Not sure what happened, but long race, 50 laps here at Daytona. That's 125 miles for these trucks, so plenty of time. There is stage racing here. All of the top 10 receive points in the stages, so these guys definitely still have time to make their way up. Wide open back here. That's Giggity Racing Season 5 Custom Xfinity Champion. He's in that 32 Chevy Silverado, working with Trinity Beast Mode, who is the owner of one of the owners of Old School Motorsports there in that 94 Sunoco Toyota Tundra, I believe. RKM falling to the rear of that second pack. Sorry guys, trying not to give y'all get y'all sick by going through trucks too quick, so we're kind of just riding along here. This front pack still single file, not seeing a lot of action, but remember, this is also these guys' first laps working with one another, so it might be best to stay in line here in stage 1 and go for the race win in stage 3. AJ Storm. He just started his own league, Dr. Blizzard Racing. He's formerly one of the co-founders of the Midnight Racing League. He's a custom cup driver over at Giggity Racing League. AJ Storm, a good driver, did not run in the duels last week, so he started in the rear of the field tonight, but he's already made his way up into about, looks like 7th, 8th position. So AJ Storm in that number 4 truck doing very well tonight. Broom, another driver, he's a developmental driver over at the Giggity Racing League. He is now moved up, or decided to hop over here for customs, but he's in a hard position now as he has no draft except for Delgatro. BBS Brennan, that 15, I don't know a whole lot about him other than he races over at the Valor Racing League. He's on the tail end of this field with a bunch of drivers that he's never run with before, so I'm really intrigued to see how this guy does. Oh, looks like we have a move. JCR McLovin goes to the outside, Dark Knight to the outside, and David Wallace to the outside in that 74 truck. Oh. Billy Holcomb still leading the way. RJ Smitty trying to get down below him, but there's nowhere to go. It's Dark Knight now on the outside in 3rd. Looks like he's going to lose that position to the number 40, I believe that to be War Trinity Beast Mode following him. Dark Knight hung out to dry, but he does have help right now, as there is JCR McLovin as well as Coach Matt, and there's BBS Brandon. He's trying to go to the outside and maybe pick up a few positions. Coach Matt and McLovin look like they made a little contact, 3 wide back in the pack, but they're going to single back out. The biggest loser of that whole sequence is going to be that green number 97 of Dark Knight. Billy Holcomb still leading the way. Can you give me a lap count on the amount of laps left in the stage, Robbie?
Will do. There is currently 4 laps to go, so you're definitely going to see a lot of movement from these guys with just 4 laps to go. A lot of side-by-side racing and seeing who's going to work with who to try and take the top 3 ready for stage 2.
Yeah, top 10 drivers are going to receive points. Now keep in mind that is going to be the very first points of the season minus the playoff points that Flash 9 and Cola Motorsports received last week. But the regular actual season points are going to be huge trying to get into the playoffs. So right now, Billy Holcomb in that number 51 is leading the way with RJ Smitty, War, Trinity Beast Mode, and the 32 of Wide Open Racing. So those are the top 5, but again, top 10 make points. If you're sitting 11th right now, you have to make that move before the end of the stage to try and get some points. JCR McLovin and Dark Knight back to the outside. They are working very hard out there on the outside trying to make something happen. Daytona a little bit different than Talladega, guys. Anybody that's ever watched, Talladega tends to have a wider track, so there's a lot of room to make those passes in the corners. Here at Daytona, a little bit tighter, which causes you to basically, if you're on the outside, you're at the mercy of the driver on the inside, hoping they hold the line pretty well. If they hit that apron, they're going to probably bump up, get into the side of you, and then you're in trouble. But Dark Knight and McLovin both seem to have made a move right there. They go back to the outside again in the middle of the corner. David Wallace enjoying that move. He's going to get below both of them, and he's going to pass them in that number 74. Coach Matt goes to the outside just as Dark Knight and McLovin go back to the bottom. Coach Matt is now going to fall to the tail end of this pack. Dark Knight and McLovin shooting back out. Guys, we're sticking with this portion because this is where the action is right now. Your top 3 are Billy Holcomb, RJ Smitty, and War. They've kind of broken away from the rest of this group while they're racing. You have Trinity Beast Mode kind of in a loner position between, but the action is right here for that 9th, 10th, final positions in the stage for points, as these guys are trying desperately to get into those spots. But as we spoke at the top of the broadcast, it's really, really difficult to get a run on that inside line here at Daytona. Coming to 2 laps in stage 1. We've been clean and green here, and just so you know, cautions were turned on this week. I did not let Robbie Racing set up the lobby, so I actually set it up so we know that there are cautions on. That did happen. Sorry, Robbie.
Lap, buddy. This is the final lap.
I was wrong. This is the final lap, so I'm going to try to get on with Billy Holcomb. There he is, that number 51. Going to go with a little bit of boom vision, as Puddin would call it, and see if possibly RJ Smitty or War are going to make a move, or if they're going to be content riding in 2nd and 3rd. I don't like this vision, so we're going to get out of it. The 94 of Trinity has caught those guys. Ooh, that 32 in 5th. He might get a huge run as they come through 3 and 4. He's catching up to him hard. Is he going to go to the outside? Looks like they're going to stay single file. Trinity sticking his nose out, knowing he's probably not going to get past. He may, as Wide Open goes down below him, but no. Billy Holcomb will win stage 1, followed by RJ Smitty, War, Trinity Beast Mode, and Wide Open Racing round out your top 5. while we're under this quick break, guys, I want to, we haven't really spoke to you guys a whole lot. This is only our second ever stream on the YouTube. Last week was on my stream and not so much on the Sim Racing League stream. But just so you guys know, Sim Racing League, what the Sim in it stands for is Simulated International Motorsports. We have the administrative group alone is one's British, one's Canadian, one's American, and we have a pudding. So we have a wide variety of administrators here, and drivers are from all over the world. So we wanted to incorporate the international, so we went with Simulated International Motorsports, and that's the racing league, as well as, you know, again, huge shout out to Richmar Flores as they've hopped on board here with us for season 1. No payment. All they're doing is helping us with a little bit of advertisement. We're going to help advertise them. Check out their Twitter at Richmar Flores. Just get in there, give them a like, give them a follow, let them know, hey, Sim Racing League hooked it up, so definitely tune in there. Back to Green Flag Racing here in Stage 2. Billy Holcomb on the inside line. Now, he was supposed to start second, not on the pole here tonight, but Deadpool, he's in the rear. He had an issue with his subscription, and so he ended up actually starting in the tail of the field when he was supposed to be on the pole. So unfortunate event for him, but he's still here collecting points. Billy Holcomb leads the way. RJ Smitty was in second most of stage 1, but now he's going to start a little bit farther back as War sitting in second, wide open in third. McLovin made his way up to the 4th, 5th position as he's on the outside of BBS Brennan, who's sitting in 4th. Sorry guys, trying to throw in a few of our points here from that last stage. Billy Holcomb is in the lead still. A little bit of action, but they're going to see a lot of single filing out as quick as possible here. Give me just a second, getting a quick drink. I'll be right back. Something else we didn't speak about with Billy Holcomb winning that first stage, not only does he get the 10 points for the regular season points total, but that's also going to award him 1 playoff point. So now, as far as the playoff points are concerned, you have Flash 9 followed by Cola Motorsports, and then now Billy Holcomb with 1. So that could play out huge if he's one of the drivers that's able to make the playoffs. That's going to pay off huge in about 10 weeks as we have was it 14 or 15 week season?
15 weeks.
15 weeks, because that's right. Week 11 is this is kind of cool. I'm really happy to talk about this. So whoever wins the regular season here at the end of 10 races, they actually get to handpick the 11th track that we race at. What that's going to do, winning you're locked into the playoffs if you get a win. So anybody with a victory throughout the season will be into the playoffs automatically as long as they make the minimum race requirements, which we haven't even discussed yet. However, that last week, as the points leader, you get to choose the next one. You better be good at it, because you might be letting somebody else lock their way into the playoffs if you're not very good at that track. A little bit of action further back here, same drivers, different section as we have Dark Knight going to the outside. This time he has a little bit of help from RKM and the British one, Robbie Racing back there. In the number 20, Richmar Flores. Is that a Chevy?
Yep.
Scrolling through your field, top 5 single filed out here as we have Billy Holcomb, War, wide open, RJ Smitty, BBS Brennan. He had 5th place, but looks like he drifted up a little bit. He was able to get back down, but that cost the 3 truck of Wayne Broom 1966 as he's now on the outside and everyone's single file on the bottom. He's going to lose multiple positions here. Delgatro again has lost the lead pack. I don't know what's going on. Looks like maybe his gear package isn't working out so well for him. 3 wide racing back here. His Broom was falling off. Ooh, Robbie Racing is in the wall. 74 of NASCAR Extreme. He had some evasive maneuver. Ended up on the apron. Looks like Trinity and Dark Knight, the 2 co-owners of Old School Motorsports, side by side as Dark Knight on the outside. Will Trinity let him in? No, he will not, but Dark Knight's able to get in right behind Trinity. Unfortunately for RKM, that means that the 97 of Dark Knight just left him stranded out there by himself, and he's going to lose a few more positions. Rub on him back here in this 33. He's fairly new to the custom trucks. He did pretty good this last season in the Giggity Racing League over there in their custom truck series. He was a top 10 competitor and ended up in the playoff portion of their season. We got 5 live viewers. That just happened. Thank you for tuning in, Puddin'. Sorry you're not out here on the track. That's unfortunate, but definitely some good racing going on here. Other than the stage break, we have yet to have a caution. Looks like 2 trucks have peeled off to go down pit road. Looks like that was Flash 9 and AJ Storm. They're 2 good buddies. Interesting strategy here. I'm thinking that they're probably pitting now, knowing that they probably don't have to pit in stage 3. So top off, get some 4 freshies here. You're not going to lose a lap. They can probably get back on the track, stay on the lead lap, and now they're not going to have to pit at the end of the stage break. But we actually wish you were out here starting in that 5 spot too, but without Cola Motorsports starting tonight, as well as Deadpool had to start in the rear after having engine issues. He had to change his motor. You actually would have started P3 tonight in that number 26 orange and white machine that you had there. Billy Holcomb still leading the way. These guys are pretty single filed out. Robbie, when you get to the line, could you give me a lap count, please?
Yep, you certainly can. There is currently 2 laps to go.
2 to go. As we're seeing drivers coming back off pit road. That's unfortunate for Flash 9 and AJ Storm as, I don't know. Flash 9 did not come out with AJ. Let's see if I can find AJ on the track. They may have been on a different pit. AJ's going to lose a lap now. So Flash 9 and AJ Storm, their idea did not work out very well as they're both going to lose a lap. So as it sits right now, AJ Storm's going to get the lucky dog. I would assume Flash to do a wave around. However, they're not going to be starting P1, P2. They're actually going to be starting at the tail of the field after that strategy. Coming to the white flag, Billy Holcomb. Going to take the white flag here in the New Beginnings 125 for the Sim Racing League, sponsored by Richmar Florist. War is all over his bumper. Wide Open has a little bit of gap. I wonder if that's strategy by Wide Open. Again, Billy Holcomb won stage 1. Looking strong here in stage 2 as he has about a half of a lap left to get that extra playoff point as well as another 10 regular season points, and he's looking really, really good in that 51 Toyota Tundra. Is somebody going to make a move though? It's only Daytona, but you do not want to let somebody start walking away with points here in race number 1. Wide Open trying to make some moves. A lot of action behind these guys as BBS Brennan, JCR McLovin, and Coach Matt on the outside. The rest of the field on the inside. Ooh, RJ Smitty sticks his nose out as he's trying to go around Wide Open. Trinity Beast Mode, AJ Storm. Oh, the racing is getting crazy, but Billy Holcomb is going to win stage 2 as well. I believe War got 3rd. RJ Smitty, Wide Open Racing. Trinity Beast Mode, somewhere in those lines, that's the top 5. Not sure if that's the exact order. Wow, that was exciting. Can't wait for stage 3. Now, AJ Storm in that 4, you guys seen him racing, making some moves there? What was he trying to do? He clearly could not win the stage, right? What he was trying to do was get the lead lap, because then his pit strategy would have worked where they pit early like they did. And he would have been able to actually become the leader after this caution. Or stage break, sorry. RJ Smitty did end up 2nd there as War got 3rd. Just doing a quick points update here on my sheet. Alright, so yeah, RJ Smitty did finish 2nd in that stage. Billy Holcomb with the win. That gives him a 2-point advance over Smitty, who finished 2nd in both stages. So I talked about it, how it could be huge when you let people get the points. You know, it's only one position, but you'll give that one position up all 3 times in the race, and it becomes 3-point difference after each one. Ooh, NASCAR Extreme, he's spinning on the inside. Big wreck back here in the middle of the pack. Our first caution of the race. I would like to say I didn't I was hoping that didn't happen, but it has to be expected as this is everybody's first time together. They rode in line. They got used to each other a little bit in stage 1 and 2. But now the race wins on the line. Remember, whoever wins this race is already locked into the inaugural Sim Racing League playoffs for Season 1 here in the Truck Series. So this is going to be huge. And I say Truck Series, that's all we offer right now. There is no Xfinity. There is no Cup. The only way to get yourself into the Xfinity Series is to do well in the Truck Series. You must be one of the top 12 drivers at the end of the season off old school point system. Yes, we're having a playoff, but the only way to lock your way into the Xfinity is the old school point system. So we run both formats all at once. That's how you get into the Xfinity Series. Everybody wants to be in the inaugural Xfinity as well as have the chance at winning the inaugural Truck Series title. And here we go, as we rack them and stack them, as Puddin would say. And we're getting ready to go green in stage 3 yet again. Billy Holcomb leads the way. War on the outside is going to be able to get down on the inside. Rubbenham has made an appearance as he's in P3 in that 33 truck with Wayne Broom on the outside of him. We got some new faces up here in the top 5 as Delgado had lost the draft most of the race. He's now sitting in the top 5. We have Rubbenham. We have Wayne Broom sitting up there. AJ Storm looks like his truck's a little loose. No shocker there for AJ Storm to be having a loose setup, but he's able to get down. Looks like he's still on the outside, leading that outside lane with Flash 9 pushing him. But now AJ dips to the bottom and leaves his buddy Flash 9 on the outside. JCR McLovin, Deadpool, Robbie Racing, and I can't quite tell who that black truck. Oh, that's David Wallace back there in the back in that 74 machine. Any viewers at home, you guys now have seen a couple of the 2 of the stages been raced. We've seen the favorites here. Billy Holcomb, he's going to be hard to bet against, but who are we cheering for out there? I know we only have 3-4 live viewers, and they're probably going to be the drivers that are racing and just listening in. Guys, this is going to be the first time we've done this here in the Sim Racing League, but let's try to do our first ever Sim Sounds of Racing. Alright guys, that was our first ever Sim Sounds Racing. Hope you didn't mind it and I wasn't too loud on my end, trying to get used to it. Looks like there's an incident here. Flash 9 holds up. He went from the outside to the inside. Not sure if he got loose or was just trying to find a hold. No harm, no foul. Everybody's able to get in line. As you've seen during the Sim Sounds of Racing, I made sure to get our sponsor a little bit of airtime as I was riding along with Robbie Racing. He is sponsored by the Richmar Flores Group. Made sure we got their logo there on air. Don't forget to tune into their Twitter at Richmar Flores. Just give them a follow and they'll probably follow you back. Definitely cool to have them on board here for season 1 of the trucks. We have a gap. Is that the 21 lagging? Is that the issue there?
Yeah. If you could just.
I got you. He was in the first chat. Sorry guys, whenever we see some lagging, I'm the only one up in the booth, so I'm trying to let him know via the PS chat. Hopefully he has his notifications on. They're still welcome to race. We just like letting them know that they're lagging so they can do the respectful thing, fall to the rear, let these guys go. That gives them some time to let their lag clear up a little bit. JCR McLevin yet again trying to go to the outside. This is a pretty single file race here for the most part. It's really a catch-22. Nobody wants to ride on the bottom the whole race. I promise you nobody wants to. But if you're in the top 5-6 positions, you don't really have a better option other than to do that. You don't want to lose your position. At the same time, if you're sitting 7th, 8th on back, you're really hoping people will start making moves. trying to get back here into this Hornets net is JCR McLevin. He's on the outside of Broom. Coach Matt, we have wide open in that mix. Flash 9, 3 wide action as they cross the line. Wide open, having a hard time holding it in the middle, but he's doing well. He made a little contact with Arcam, a little bit of contact with Flash 9, but they all hold it together. Wide open, stuck on the outside. Arcam just picked up about 3 spots with that draft. JCR McLevin thought he had room to get down in front of Coach Matt. Coach Matt said not today, and he holds the bottom. McLevin still out there with RKM, BBS, Brennan. Looks like the 21 of Del Gatro is out there. He's trying to get down. Looks like his lag's gone away for just the moment being. We'll keep an eye on that here. A lot of excitement there, all within a lap or two, but it looks like it's pretty well dimmed down. JCR McLevin still trying to get those runs. He now has help from Flash 9 and Robbie Racing. Robbie Racing decides, I don't want to help you guys. I want to move forward. Let me get in behind this too and pass both you guys. And now when I make a move, y'all follow me. Flash 9 gets down. He almost got below that apron, but luckily he did not. Wayne Broom now to the outside. He's going to lose some space. I'm not sure what's going on with this 94 Sunoco Toyota Tundra of Trinity Beast Mode. He seems to be losing not losing ground, but he's having a hard time keeping up on the guy in front of him. I don't know if that's strategy or he just doesn't want to push these guys through the corners or what. Unfortunately, Dark Knight has lost the draft. War still sitting in P2. I don't blame him for not stepping out, rubbing him. Like I said, he's kind of an underdog here, sitting in that 33. He was running a little further behind the majority of the race. RJ Smitty sitting in 4th. He got 2nd in both stages, and somebody that started in the rear now made his way to the front after that pit strategy call. The 4 of AJ Storm X2 sitting there in 5th. Avery Jarrett is his name, in case y'all didn't know. But yeah, AJ Storm sitting in the top 5. Robbie, how's the truck feel tonight?
Feels really good actually. Nice and stable. Rides the draft great. Went out for checkup. It doesn't shoot in any direction. Definitely a nice stable truck. Sorry. And I think we're looking good for the top 5. I think we just keep running that the way that we are. Yeah,
I don't want to take too much of your time, but I know there's a lot of trucks around you here as it is Daytona. It's hard to get separation, but how's it feel out there on the track here in the season opener here at Sim Racing League?
Sorry, say that again.
How's it feel down there on the track? How's the excitement, the feeling with all these drivers for the first time ever here at the Sim Racing League?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. There's a lot of talent in here, a lot of drivers that know what they're doing. They're leaving room, going into the corners, and the ones that are, you know, bumper to bumper seem to be the ones that run together a lot in different leagues. So it's good to see that teamwork from one league coming over to another, without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. When you get to the line, could you give me a lap count, and then I'll let you get back to your racing.
Yep. So we are at 16 laps remaining.
16 laps to go in the new beginnings. 125 at Daytona. RJ Smitty gets a little loose on entrance, goes below the apron. No harm, no fouls. It looks like the 4 of AJ Storm has decided to lift and let him get back up on the track. Now AJ Storm and RJ Smitty back in the midnight days. AJ Storm owned a team. He had the Penske team. He drafted the likes of myself and RJ Smitty. So he knows him. He knows his driving ability. So AJ Storm knows that he's going to have to do some work to get around that 24 of RJ Smitty. 5 viewers out there. I'm sure 3-4 of them are probably just people watching. Looks like a couple of guys are busting out trying to go down pit road. Trinity Beast Mode, RKM in the 98 and the 94. And Dark Knight in the 97. So apparently all the guys in the 90s decided they wanted to be the first group to pit. Is it a 1 pit stop race, Robbie?
Yes.
Del Gatro looks like he has lagged out in that 21 machine. That's unfortunate. See, the reason I can tell he lagged out is you guys see on your screen the 94 kind of shifts a little bit. His truck's still moving as the 21 is motionless. That usually implies a lag out scenario. So the 21's night has come to an unfortunate end, as looks like Billy Holcomb still in lead, followed by War, Rubbenham, RJ Smitty, AJ Storman now sitting in 6th. We have a new contender, that's Coach Matt, followed by the Richmar Flores Chevrolet of Robbie Racing himself, sitting there in P7 with Flash 9 behind him in P8. Give me About a 30-second break here for station identification while I get another drink. Also, by station identification, I mean momentarily silence while I'm away from my mic. All right, and I'm back. So as we see up front still, we still have Billy Holcomb, War, rubbing them. These guys are the top. The top group is separated a little bit. We had the lag issue earlier that caused some guys to fall back. That's probably why they pit already. RKM and Trinity Beast Mode were in this front pack, but they probably decided to pit with a few of their friends like Dark Knight. Again, I spoke about Trinity and Dark Knight. They're the co-owners of Old School Motorsports. Those guys, they work together well. They decided to pit within a lap or two of each other, probably to try to hook up and help each other out. Really good racing up here. I know to the viewers this might be pretty boring seeing the single file racing. This is not as easy as it seems. The settings here are ×2 where 50%, all flags are on. We have the draft is set on normal, so what that means is even though it looks on your screen like these guys are staying about the same distance away from each other, as a driver you can fall to a half a second behind the guy in front of you and within the snap of your fingers be right on their bumper with that draft. It's so strong. So to be able to keep that gap between yourself and the guy in front of you throughout entering the corners and stuff like that, it's really actually quite difficult without getting congested and causing a traffic jam, which will end up wrecking the front people. They just make a little bit of contact. By the time it accordions all the way to the back of this pack, you got the back half is like spinning to the aprons, hitting the wall, and it's just not happening out here. These guys are doing a really good job. Kudos to each and every one of the drivers out there on track, and I'm really, really impressed. Scott Fuller, if you're listening, Rubbing Him is doing an amazing job in that number 33. I don't even know the sponsor on there, but he's doing a great job sitting there in P3, wide open. We've seen him up front. You know he's going to be a contender by the time this race ends, but everybody knows right now pit stops are lurking. Everyone's going to have to go down pit road. You have to hit your marks, and you have to hit your marks perfectly, because if you make a mistake on pit road, your night has come to an end, barring a caution. Go a little hood view here on the Richmar Florist Chevy here, so that you guys can see just how hard this is to do. As you see the two in front of him, Robbie's on a wheel. We see the leaders are pulling off. 4 of the top 5, 4 of the top 6 there, they pulled off. They're on pit road. Gives AJ Storm, I believe, that to be up front with Coach Matt. Those guys are sitting P1, P2, P3 as Robbie Racing enters turn 1 as they're side by side for the lead. Going to get off this view so we can see a little bit better of that battle. Coach Matt decides to fall in behind the 2. Robbie has now gone to the outside, looking like he's probably letting these guys go, so maybe he could try to pit this time by. Now, just so the viewers at home know, we do have different chat parties set up for this race. Not everybody decided to stay in those chat parties. You're more than welcome to, back out and go into your own group if you so choose to. But we do set up chats so that half the field is in one chat, half the field is in the other chat, simply so I can do the invites in order, as you guys already knew the start lineup here tonight. That's probably where you're going to have that one pack that pit, and then another pack that pits. It's probably going to be the chat group parties that are deciding to pit all together. But this lead pack now down to about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks. Expect to win that 4 truck comes to pit road, all 6 of them pit, because you cannot pit by yourself here and be able to stay up in the draft. To anybody at home, if I'm bothering you with my broadcast, well, 2 things. 1, tough, and 2, sorry, I'm trying to get better at this. Little hard to do it by yourself, talking nonstop, unless your name's Puddin'. But he has a little extra mouth room as he forgets to put the teeth in. Puddin', I hope you're still tuned in. Otherwise, I just sounded really mean there. All right, so this lead pack catching up some lap traffic cars. However, they won't be lap traffic. These guys are just simply going to want to drift to the outside, let the top 5, 6, let the top 6 go, fall down in line. That's Deadpool they're coming up on now. Deadpool knows all he's got to do is hook on, use this draft to catch the other trucks he is racing, and then hopefully by the time it cycles out, he's back in this top pack. Is that 10 to go, Robbie?
7.
7 laps to go, and you guys still have a pit stop?
Yep.
Interesting. This is going to come down to the wire. A lot of times that I've seen a Daytona race, and at a lot of super speedway races on this game, not just Daytona but Talladega as well, the first group to pit usually benefits because by the time the second group pits, the first group is already wound up and up to speed, so when they're coming around rolling, they usually go to the outside and make that move. So I'm really interested to see how this works out because it's usually also within a lap or two that the second group pits. These guys are apparently decided they're going to stay out there and run these tanks dry, and we know AJ Storm, he got the lucky dog and he moved up positions last time, so he and Flash 9 pit early in stage 2 where nobody else did. So did they pit under the stage, and do they have as much fuel as the rest of the field? You have Wide Open sitting there lurking in 3rd, and the Brit, Robbie Racing himself, sitting in 4th. 704 Games, we're going to try to get you tagged in this on Twitter. Anybody that watches this, get this video tagged on Twitter. 704 Games, we got to do something about your system. This man is a top contender in a lot of your custom series racing. Robbie Racing, he's a British, he's ineligible for all your Pro League racing. The man puts in a lot of time working on setups and working on your game to be ineligible. We need to do something and let that change. Robbie Racing definitely deserves a spot, or at least the opportunity that all these other drivers do. Back to the racing. AJ Storm, Flash 9 sitting P1, P2. Got Wide Open in 3rd, Robbie Racing in 4th. Broom is sitting in 5th. Deadpool, he's the truck in 6th right there in line. However, he is a lap down as JCR McLovin now goes a lap down. These top 5 have yet to pit. When will they come to pit road? They're coming to 5 laps to go this time by. We're catching a few more trucks. They're actually catching the guy that... Now, see, this was the big concern about pitting early. Broom comes pit road now, so top 4 staying out 5 laps to go. That 51 truck that 4 is catching right now, he won both stage 1 and stage 2, but that first pack, when they pit, apparently they did not pit or under the same sequences. They separated too much that they're losing so much time to this top 4 pack that by the time these guys pit, it might just be down to these 4 drivers on who's going to win. Oh, looks like 51 gets into the wall as he and the 74 are both trying to get out of the way of the leaders. I don't know if pit road speeding penalties had anything to do with this or what, but that pack had definitely separated. Robbie Racing now looks like he's losing all of the leaders as well, assuming he might be coming to pit road this time by. As the other leaders are AJ Storm and Flash 9. Robbie does not pit, so under the new assumption that Robbie's trying to run the Robbie gear and save the fuel for the next 4 laps and make it to the end of this race. He is a pit road, or he is an in-race reporter. I'm not going to ask if that's his plan, but it seems like that's going to be it. I don't want him to say over air in case somebody's listening, but it definitely does seem like that's what Robbie's trying to do. Robbie, do you have Wide Open sitting in P2? Or P1 right now?
Yep.
So Wide Open Racing is the 32, that black truck just in front of this Richmar Flores Chevrolet. He is in 2nd. Those are the only 2 drivers out of these 5 that are on the lead lap. Well, the 74 is now on the lead lap, but the 51 and the 18, those guys were a lap down. Robbie now pulls off. He's coming to pit road. Needs to get that truck down to, I think it's 55 miles an hour. Looked pretty good. It looks like the 4 and the 13 are able to get back together. The 32 still hasn't pit. I'm gonna ride along with him and see when he does come down to pit road.
I got a penalty.
The 20 got a pit road penalty. That's not good. So his chances of winning this probably just went down the toilet. Or I guess it's a bidet. The Brits, I don't know, one of those things.
You know what? I don't even mind. You know, these guys have just ran so clean, gave each other room, and been so respectful with one another. It's been a great race overall.
Yeah, you know, I'm really intrigued. The strategy and the working together that people have done of pitting at these different times is crazy to me. I believe that's 3 laps to go for our leader, Wide Open Racing. He's got a lot of traffic. Here he comes to lap Robbie now, as Robbie after that penalty. So if Robbie got a penalty, I'm assuming all these other trucks right in front of him did. Now, something that may have messed them up is last week we didn't have cautions. If you keep in mind, the race settings were a little off, and so the cautions didn't get set. If I'm wide open right now and I'm trying to save fuel, I'm doing exactly what he's doing. I'm just going to ride behind these 3. But yeah, so last week they didn't have cautions or black flags, so maybe this week people thought they didn't either and went a little bit too fast going down pit road. Either way, is that 2 to go, Robbie?
That's it. Race done.
That was the race. So Wide Open Racing on fuel is able to make it to the end and wins in that number 32 Chevrolet. You're going to have to send me a picture of full results. But do the official results, not the live ones. And when you get an opportunity, let me know who the top 3 were.
Will do.
Clearly a Wide Open one.
Yep. We'll be sending the results through in just a second. Top 10.
I got the one of the live results, but see how it still says they're racing?
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
No, I haven't. Oh, alright, cool. I have 9th to 18th in that picture. Oh, there's top 10. Alright, so AJ Storm and Flash 9 are going to get 2nd and 3rd. Try to get all 3 of them in the booth here. We have our race winner in here. Give us just a second, Wide. I'm going to try to do the other 2 first. Get you last.
Yep.
All right, so 3rd place finisher here tonight in the inaugural New Beginnings 125 at Daytona. We had Flash 9 in that 13 truck. He started, what'd you end up starting 3rd?
I was 2nd.
Oh, that's right. You started outside because Deadpool didn't make it, and neither did Cola. Trying to find your truck now for the viewers at home. First off, congratulations. 3rd place finish. Got a podium finish on opening night. That's never a bad thing. How'd the truck feel?
Truck was great. You know, it was just a little bit of a disadvantage starting on the outside, and ended up all the way at the back after lap 1, and it was pretty much an uphill battle from there.
It looked like you and your AJ Storm there, the guy that finished 2nd, looked like you guys pit in stage 2. Did that end up costing you? Did you have to get the lucky dog or do a waiver round entering stage 3? And were you guys hoping that you would stay on the lead lap so you could just take the lead entering stage 3?
Well, so we were stuck back in like 10th, and there wasn't much, you know, wasn't much organization for guys to try to get the outside going. So we wanted to, you know, come with 3 to go at the end of stage 2, try to get some track position. I ended up speeding, so that cost me, and then AJ ended up doing 4 tires, so the whole strategy just kind of went really bad, and then he ended up getting the free pass, and then I waved around.
So basically what you're saying is your strategy looked good on paper, but when it came to executing, you guys were unsuccessful at that.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Just messing with you, man. So congratulations, man. Third place finish at the inaugural race here in the trucks. Real quick, actually, one more question. I'm going to ask all three of you the same thing. How was the racing out there on the track? I'm sure the fans want to know. We've seen how it looked, but we definitely want to know how it was throwing a bunch of drivers. Some haven't raced together, some have. How was the racing in general?
You know, it really wasn't bad. I mean, there wasn't a ton of side-by-side. I couldn't tell you who, you know, there's maybe a couple trucks that were holding their line better than others, but to only have like one caution was pretty good for this length of race and racing that close together. So I'm, you know, pleased with everyone's efforts. I'm happy to get third. Congrats to Wide Open. He had a great strategy, and ready to get off the super speedways for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, congratulations. Guys, that's Matt Smith coming home in third in that number 13 Ford F-150 here at the inaugural Daytona 125 New Beginnings. Over to you, AJ Storm. Oh, man, I was hoping I didn't have to talk to you. So, congratulations. P2 inaugural race. How'd the truck feel? You know, same stuff as I was just saying to Flash there, but how'd the truck feel tonight?
Oh, the truck was on rails. Super speedways are more of my neck of the woods. Always have good outcomes there if I can avoid their crashes. A lot of success there, especially running with a teammate of the caliber of Flash 9. But yeah, we were in a party chat together. We worked on some strategy together, and I imagine the viewers at home could tell that we were pretty much orchestrated to work together in a way.
Right. The same thing as Matt was saying. You guys had a strategy on paper that looked great, just unsuccessful in getting it. No, I'm just messing with you. Had Wide Open not saved the fuel, you guys probably would have come home in P1 and P2, so you guys did a great job with your strategy. Same as I was asking Matt, though, how was the racing in general? I know there wasn't a whole lot of side-by-side action, but I did see you involved in the end of stage 2, trying to get your lap back, as well as when you were further back in the pack, you had to deal with some of the side-by-side racing that Flash did not.
There's some kinks to be worked out. I see a lot of talent and potential. Those people know who they are. But all in all, it was a very clean, respectable race. I wish there had been a little bit more action-packed racing, but it might be just because everyone getting the butterflies with new beginnings. But yeah, like you said at the end of stage 2 there, me and Matt's strategy didn't work out, and I was kind of in a pickle myself because when he sped on pit road, I was kind of sitting duck. And I would have never ran into that situation if I would have been able to not take my 4 tires and full fuel and just come out of with the strategy on top. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. I liked where I was there in the stage 3. I thought me and Flash were going to be set up perfectly to win. But we had the fear in the back of our heads that Wide Open was going to be able to save enough because me and Matt were only 2 laps short ourselves, and we were leading that pack there.
Yeah,
for the
he was
last,
following you, right? Yeah.
like 7 or 8 laps. So.
Well, again, Avery, congratulations on your second place finish. First race, first podium finish for that number 4 Toyota Tundra. Congratulations. And just for a quick recap for the viewers at home, so that in case you missed any of Avery's interview here, right out the gate, he said that super speedways are his forte. It's the only time where he can run well, just simply following other people. So the 4 truck did an amazing job here tonight. I'm just messing with you, Avery. And congratulations, man. Look forward to seeing you next week.
I have a question. Where are we at next week?
Give me just a second. I have the schedule set somewhere. Next week we head to Atlanta.
Oh man, I'm circling that one.
All right, well, apparently he has the idea that he's going to run well over at Atlanta. Again, we'll see you again next week, AJ, and good job tonight.
Yep, thanks, Ty.
Over to our race winner in the what truck were you in? The 32, I believe.
Correct.
The 32, is it Waylon? How do you pronounce your last name? Waylon
Augustes.
Waylon Augustes. And the number 32 Chevy Silverado brings it home. P1 fuel strategy gets him to the point. Congratulations, Wide Open Racing.
Thank you. When that caution came out and I seen so many guys pitting behind me, I figured that they were going to try that same strategy. So, in order to being caught with my pants down, I figured I'd do it as well.
This is now the second Daytona race of yours that I've broadcasted. The first one actually was over at the Giggity Racing League. You were running the Custom Xfinity Series over there at Daytona, and you brought that race home with a victory, as well as you saved fuel there to get the win. So you just have these gears figured out to be able to have a fast vehicle as well as saving fuel all at the same time here at Daytona.
I hold to my aggression level. It's not high enough, so I tend to try to just ride where I can and use strategy to get the best finish I can.
Yeah, we saw you collected a good bit of stage points. Hold on. Maybe you picked up 12 stage points plus the win, so you're sitting pretty. I don't know if that's going to be enough to give you the points lead, but that does lock you into the playoffs already. So how does that feel for the inaugural season already being locked into the playoffs?
It feels good. As always takes the pressure off when you can get locked in early and just focus on the races that you do have a shot at winning instead of worrying over bad finishes.
Is this going to give you the hint of doing strategy maybe to get some stage wins and race wins instead of necessarily finishing second, third place in the races and stages?
That's kind of the reputation I got, is to work strategy as much as possible, wherever is possible, and hopefully it can net up some of those playoff points.
All right, kind of the same question as I asked both Flash and AJ. You were kind of up front in the nose-to-tail single-file stuff the majority of the night, but how'd the racing seem out there? Were guys giving you space and all that good stuff, or was it a little hectic at times?
No, for the most part, it was pretty good. There is a couple of times where guys, I don't know if there was a little bit of lag in the room or if they just hit that apron, got them a little snaky, but overall, everybody just kind of stayed in line and tried to get to the finish.
All right, man. Well, again, Waylon Augusti's here in the number 32 Chevy Silverado takes home the inaugural Daytona race, not just the Daytona, the inaugural race in general here for the Sim Racing League. Congratulations. Looking forward to seeing what you have at Atlanta, as I'm sure you'll have another hot rod sitting there.
Oh, thank you.
Robbie, are you still here with us?
I am still here. Yeah, I'll tell you what a race. And coming down to strategy, that's another thing that I do like. I mean, I was like 1 lap short myself, and then I got the penalty, and I couldn't believe it. It was 1 mph difference. 1. Can you believe it? But congratulations to Waylon. He just played it patient the whole race. Flash 9, he was also quick out there. He made a few moves, actually. I was racing around Flash 9 for a little while, and great job to him and AJ as well.
Again, I want to put this out there before we go off air, but Robbie, you were driving actually the sponsor's vehicle, which, funny story, you actually had that vehicle as your truck to drive this season before picking up the number 20 Richmar Florist Chevrolet. You had a good showing. You ran up front. Definitely a good kick for the sponsor. Go over how all that panned out, or give a big shout out to them or whatever.
Yeah, most definitely. Richmar Florist, I can't thank you enough for jumping on board. It definitely put a big boost to all the drivers when I'd put in the chat that we've got a sponsor here. Richmar Florist Racing has decided to sponsor us. No money involved, as you said. It's just exposure for exposure. That's the sort of deal we have, and I look forward to working with them this season. I mean, they were great to work with. They just sent me an email with the graphics that I needed for the artwork as well, and good luck to those guys in their actual NASCAR season. You got the 20 in the Truck Series, the 53 in the Cup, and I believe they might have one in the Xfinity, but I can't actually remember which one it is. But good luck to you guys this season.
All right, on that note, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this stream. Thank you for tuning in. Hoping to see a lot of new viewers next week. If not, that's unfortunate, but thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week at Atlanta. Same time. And from everyone here at Sim Racing League, that's Robbie Racing. I'm K-Taddy. We'll see you next week, and thanks for tuning in.